Liftoff will start in T-minus 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have ignition.
It's time! Seconds from Game 7 or from Championship number 6. Jordan, open, Chicago with the lead! Behind the screen, Harper got a piece of it, it comes off. The Chicago Bulls have won their 6th NBA championship. Tying run at second, 2 out, Pompero over the head of Jenks. Uribe charges, throws, out! And the White Sox have won the World Series.
To the far side around the 8-yard line to Hester. Under it, and to the middle of the 15, to the 20, breaks free of the 25, to the 30, to the outside, 40, midfield, 40, 30 to the coast, 20, 15, Hester 5. Oh!
For the 3rd time in 6 seasons, it's one goal team. The Chicago Blackhawks win the Stanley Cup. A little bouncer slowly toward Bryant. He will glove it toward Rizzo. It's in time. And the Chicago Cubs win the World Series.
What up, what up, what up? Welcome to Shawn Sierra Sports on Sports Zone Chicago. I'm your boy, the SuperBack, Shawn Sierra. Thanks for tuning in. If you're watching us on Facebook Live, well, you're not, because my Facebook account is still jacked up. If you're watching this on a YouTube channel, excellent! And if you're not subscribed to our YouTube channel, for real, come on, go to YouTube, type in Sports Zone Chicago, click the subscribe button, but also click the notification button. That's the little bell next to it. And that'll let you know anytime the show from Sports Zone Chicago is going live. Get it? Got it? Good. Now, you can also tweet the show. Tweet us at Sports Zone Shy, that's CHI at Sports Zone Shy. Now, if you want to follow me, just me personally online. Want to know what I did? I tried to make it nice and easy for you, but them damn hackers got me. So on Facebook, which you still can't, I still can't access, Shawn.Sierra.2025. On Twitter, I'm at ShawnSierra33. But on Instagram, Snapchat, and TikTok, I'm at the Shawn Sierra. Listen, I got a great show, but I need you. I need you in the morning. You. I hope my Blues Brothers fans know what I'm talking about. Listen, leave a question or comment on that on the YouTube channel. It'll come up here in the thread. We'll put it up on the screen. We'll incorporate it into the show. And that, my peoples, is what makes this the best morning Chicago sports talk show around. And that's you. So bring them all, baby. Questions, comments, smart-ass remarks, because ain't nobody scared over here. Like The Rock said, baby, don't sing it. Just bring it. Let's check the chat. My man, Black Diamond, checking in early. What's up, Popeye? Says, top of the morning, gang. FGB, 2 days into the Summer League debut of the future Rookie of the Year. Shawn, did you hear him tell one of the reporters at his last presser he's trying to win the whole Summer League? I did not. However, that is a good goal. Okay, that's a good goal. Not the goal, not the main goal, not the most important goal, but my thought is this. And this is why I like this kid. Here's my thought. If you're going to play, if you're going to be competing, win. If you're going to be competing, win. Go after, you know what I mean? Go after it. There's no need to compete if you're not going to try and win it all. His attitude is one that I like. He just wants to win and he wants to be great. I have mad respect for that. Mad respect. So, interesting. Very interesting. But anyway, that's what I love about him. This kid is a competitor. He wants to win at whatever it is he's playing. And what more can you ask for? As a fan, what more can you ask for? It didn't matter if he's playing in the church league. He wants to win. But here he's going to be in the summer league in LA with a lot of the other first round picks. He already handled Kent Boozer in ACC play. Now you got other guys. You got Peterson you got to deal with. You have some other people. And he wants to challenge. And you know what? He wants all that smoke. And I like it. I like it. My man Cornelius checking in. Says, top of the morning, Shawn, Sports Owners. That's right. Petty King or Black Diamond. There's two more until we see the new look Bulls. I agree. So my man Junior says, good morning, Black Diamond first. It's Cornelius. And then his friend of freaking almost 30 years. He's like, oh, yeah, you're third. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate you. Thanks, Junior. It's the South Side himself, Michelle Walls in the house. What's up? He goes, what's up on a hump day? SSSU. That means South Side stand up. That's what I'm talking about, baby. I was in attendance last night at Rate Field. Good. Well, it wasn't a good outcome, but it was good hanging with my man Emilio yesterday. And it was funny. You know how you do when you're at you go to a baseball game and you have shitty seats. Some people do this intentionally. They'll go and they'll get crappy seats and they will look for like a row. They'll look for a row of seats that the row isn't occupied. So, and that happens, we've all done it. But when I bought my tickets the other day, row 26, there's 10 seats in that row. There was that whole row was empty. That whole row was available. So I scooped up the end seats, the last two. Because I'm never going to get mid. If I have to, I'll sit in the middle. But if I can get end seats, I'm getting end of the row seats. I'm sorry. I'm getting end of the row seats. That's just the way it is. I'm keeping it a buck. But so I get there. It's the bottom of the first inning because I made a bad mistake in parking. So I'm literally by 39th Street was where my car was. Literally 35, 40 feet from Pershing, from 39th Street. I'm into the parking lot and I made the wrong turn, went to the wrong place. Anyway, I'm literally all the way, almost at 39th Street. So I had to walk from all the way there to the stadium, then walk up the ramp. Then I had to get something to eat. It was $5 Tuesdays. So Mashawn already asked me. He goes, what did you get for $5 Tuesdays? Well, first I started with a hot dog and a pop. All right. And later I got a slice of pizza. The dude was walking by. I had me a slice of pizza. And then I had nachos and a pop. So I had a good amount of stuff, $5 Tuesdays. But I get there a little late because I'm waiting in line. The line's long because it's $5 Tuesdays. And the whole row's taken. My whole row's taken. And I'm like, Oh, and by the way, I actually looked up right when I parked. I looked up to see if the row if anyone else had bought tickets in that row, so they would be gone. And there are 4 people, but they're on the other end. At the beginning, the other 4 end. The 4 from the other side. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I had 10 and 9. So I walked down to my section and the whole row's filled. I'm like, and at first I was gonna be a jag bag. And like get the hell up. But then I was like, dude, you've done this before. We've all done it before. We've all sat in seats that we didn't belong in. because they were better than the seats we bought. Or maybe we just bought crappy tickets and knew that we'd be able, you know what I mean? Knew we'd be able to get lower because there'd be a row or a couple of seats. Because usually we would do it like with a couple of friends. And, there could be like 2 rows and there'd be like a 6 or 8 group section of seats, and we'd sit two of them in row 5 and 2 of them behind. You know what I mean? Or you know how that is. So I was like, nah, don't be a jerk. What you put out in the world comes back to you. And I was like, hey, buddy, I'm like, I said, you're in my seat, Papa. And he was like, oh, okay. I said, and then his little daughter was sitting in seat 9 because it was just me. Emilio he got there a little after me. And I'm like, I got 9 and 10. So the dude kind of wasn't annoyed, but I wasn't a jagbag. And then they sat there the whole game. They sat the whole game, and I was like, there was one extra seat. I'm like, you couldn't even move down. You know what I mean? Had to be right next to us and stuff. But anyway, it was a good time. Great time. That's what I had for $5 Tuesdays, Michon. Poor performance by the White Sox yesterday. I didn't feel any sense of urgency from this team yesterday. And Boston's good. I mean, historically, Boston is good. I think the thing that really bugged me was the fact that there was so many Boston people there. All right, I went to school with Boston people. All right. And I really shouldn't say Boston's good. They're 8 under 500. But they give us problems. They're a last place team in the East. 40 and 48. We needed to do a better job. But when you get teams that are, I don't know what to say and how to put it, but there's a different caliber of team. Like there's an aura about the Red Sox. The way that they go about their business is usually good. It's like a lot of those East Coast teams, the Orioles, although we handled them, but the Yankees, the Blue Jays, they seem to give us problems. So hopefully today there won't be any problems because you don't want no problems. So it was a great time hanging out with Emilio. Like I said, poor performance by my good guys. And poor performance. I just wasn't happy with the effort that I saw. I wasn't happy with it. And I'm glad I was only paying $5 for concessions, but it just didn't sit well with me. It didn't sit well with me, and it's gonna happen. I was just annoyed that it happened on the day that I decided to go. It's like today they have Davis Martin on a bump. I would love to see Davis Martin come out and be the stopper that he is. Okay. Black Diamond in the house. What's up, Papa? Good morning. Yes. He goes, how about that damn ump? That didn't lose because of that call, but damn. No, I agree. He said foul, and then everyone stopped. All the Sox stopped because he said foul. And then he says fair. He pointed like 2 or 3 times. Foul, foul, foul. Oh, no. Fair, fair, fair. And the Red Sox just kept running. I was like, you son of a gun. Yeah. So it was twice. Yeah. He pointed foul. Boom. I'm like, really, bro? So that was frustrating. And they didn't, believe me, they didn't lose because of that. They just kept giving up runs, and it seems like Boston's in a different class. Even though they are 40 and 48, they're in last place in the AL East. They just seem, the way they go about their business seems more professional. I don't know. That was what I saw. That's what I felt in watching that game yesterday. Yeah. King Booker Will says they were due for a stinker. Okay. So now we got to come back today and take the series 2 out of today and tomorrow. So, but we got a lot to talk about today. We got White Sox. We're going to continue talking White Sox. We're going to talk Cubs. And just for my guy, Rick Gonzalez, who hasn't checked in yet, we're going to talk a little Sky. We're going to talk a little NFL, little Bulls, little Summer League action. So the guy who is soon to be the Rookie of the Year, was at the game last night. They threw out the first pitch to first-round picks. At the Sox game yesterday. I was like, damn, they should be in LA. But in an interview, Caleb Wilson said that they're leaving today. But earlier in the week, after working out at the United Center, or at the Advocate Center, which is across the street from the United Center, Caleb Wilson wanted some wings. So he was over at Output, right down the street from the United Center. He was over at Output eating some wings. I was like, that is so wild. Big shout out to my guy, Berto Ramirez, who took this picture from Output. And then we have some World Cup to talk. I'm becoming a bigger fan of soccer. I'm still not a big fan of soccer, but it's growing on me. And it's funny. I enjoy this time, but I'm still not a soccer fan because I'm not going to go to a Fire game. I may go depending on is it Spain and Portugal in 2030? They host the next World Cup. Like if it's ever close, like I don't think I'd fly across the Atlantic to see a game over there. I don't know. But if it's ever back close to in the States, I think I might go. But there are just so many classic games. Like I understand who the powerhouses are and who's favored. The big names, Lionel Messi, Kylian Mbappe, Cristiano Ronaldo. Okay, I understand, I know who they play for, and but it's just like, I don't know. Still, the flopping gets me. The flopping gets me, and that I can't, for the life of me, I just can't do it. But some great games were had the last couple days, and there was a huge game yesterday, and we're going to talk about it's interesting. It's interesting. So if you don't know Argentina, if you don't know about Argentina, Argentina is probably like the whitest Hispanic country around in South America. Okay. And it seems like whenever there's a lot of Argentine hate from a lot of other Hispanic countries, Colombia, Mexico, Dominican Republic, Brazil. And I finally found out why. Because here, again, I'm not a big soccer fan. And whenever Argentina would come or they'd play, you get a lot of Mexicans and a lot of other people. F Argentina, F them. Why? But I did notice they were predominantly white or fair-skinned, light-skinned. Not even light-skinned, just fair-skinned, just European features. And then I found out the history I looked up the history of Argentina and found out why so many Hispanic countries hate Argentina. It is mind-blowing. And this is why, yes, Junior, yes. It's little Germany, yes. I highly suggest you go and you start looking up the history of Argentina and why there are so few Afro-Argentines. It'll blow your freaking mind. It'll blow your freaking mind. It blew my freaking mind how they did that. Yes, Junior said it's a little Germany. They invited white supremacists after World War II to live there. Interesting. They had a whitening. It was called the blanqueador. The whitening. They brought over so many Spanish, Italian, European people, white European people, to mix with the Africans, to dilute the Africans. It's insane. And then I forgot what war it was. They used their Afro-Argentines on the front line, so they'd mostly be killed, so that the women would have to mate with the Europeans and the lighter skinned Argentines. I was like, holy cow. And then it's insane. Go and look it up. The last week or so, I found out and read so much about this. Yes, Cornelius, you're right. Argentina was a Nazi refuge. Yes. I found out, man, it was crazy. So now I get why a lot of the other Hispanic or the Latin countries have this hate for Argentina. And I didn't know that. It was crazy. Just, this is why it's important to know history, so you can understand certain things that are going on in the world. And I get it. Hate for Argentina is not a prevalent thing, but there's certain similarities between that and what's going on in other places in the world. So it's pretty crazy. And I'm like, why does everyone hate Argentina? Like, I like Messi, and I was ignorant to that fact. And now my eyes have been open. I'm telling you, go check it out, read it out. You can Google it online. Once you start on Facebook and Instagram, the algorithm will start bringing more things towards you, and you'll see people who post on it, people who do history stuff, and you'll be like, holy cow. But yeah, but the World Cup has been awesome. And I don't know if I want Argentina anymore. I don't know if I want Argentina anymore. I wanted him. I like Messi. I like Ronaldo better. But I think Messi is the greatest. I think Cristiano Ronaldo is a close second. But I don't know if I want Argentina anymore in this World Cup because of their history. It's interesting. When I got back to Chicago and I was doing some promotional work, we worked with quite a few Argentinian people. And the attitude that they had, it was weird. Like, I felt it, but the attitude they had, they felt that they were just better than other people, especially other Hispanics. And I was like, maybe it's just them. Maybe they're born rich. Maybe they're wealthy. The parents are rich and they came over and they grew up in a little higher society. But no, that's just Argentinians in general. I was like, holy cow. And don't get me wrong, I mean, it's a bad history that they have. I mean, we have a bad history here in America. But I just learned, and I knew that I know that history, but I didn't know the history of Argentina. And I was like, man, it's extremely insightful when you start looking for shit. I'm telling you, go look at that. Like Junior says, it's a little Germany. Junior said, Cornelius is a little older, so he's, it's a lot closer to his time. It said Argentina was a Nazi refuge. Yes. And I found that out, like I said, in the last week. So Who do you guys want to win? Who's left in the World Cup? All right. Like I said, I don't know if I want Argentina. I don't think I want Argentina anymore. I like them a lot. Yes. Cornelius, no wonder they got $20 billion from the U.S. recently. Now you see when I talk about how things are related to today. But anyway. That's crazy. Anyway. Listen, if you're following the World Cup, put in the chat who you still want to win. Who's your team? Yes, see, King Booker World knows what I'm talking about. It says Argentina gave Joseph Mengele a whole new life. Yes, if you don't know who Joseph Mengele is, I'm telling you, go check it. Do your research. History is fun. Joseph. Yeah, Joseph. History's fun. When you start looking at, like, it's fun. When you find out what happened, why it happened, you're like, holy cow. So here's what you got. Oh, King Booker Will says, I'm a history buff. No shit. That's dope. That's dope. Here's what you got before we go to break. The quarterfinals, you got Morocco and France. I got a funny story about Morocco. For those of you who don't know, Morocco was on the northern tip of Africa. For those of you who don't know. I got a funny story. I'll come back with it on the other side of the break. When I was playing in Italy, how I like history too. I love history as well. And I took AP history. I was fortunate enough to be able to take AP history at St. Rita. And I had a lot. And then I had took some history classes at Holy Cross. It was crazy and just learned so much. But when I was in Italy, I'll tell you about Morocco. And I'll tell you, it's a great story. So Morocco and France, Spain and Belgium, Norway, England, Argentina, and Switzerland. That's who's left in the World Cup. Who do you want? If you're in the World Cup, if you don't give a damn, it's like I don't care about the World Cup. Just put it in the chat. I don't care about the World Cup. But if you're following it, who do you want to win? All right, we'll talk more about that, and I'll tell you about my funny Morocco story. I used to diss my Italian teammates because they would diss me, just busting each other's balls. So don't go anywhere, folks. Keep it locked right here. Shawn Sierra Sports on Sports Zone Chicago.
Operator 901, where's the emergency?
127 Brynmere.
Okay, what's going on there?
I'd like to order a pizza for delivery.
Ma'am, you've reached 911. This is an emergency line.
Large with half pepperoni, half mushroom.
You know you've called 911. This is an emergency line.
Do you know how long it'll be?
Okay, ma'am, is everything okay over there? Do you have an emergency or not?
Yes.
And you're unable to talk because...
Right.
Okay, is there someone in the room with you? Just say yes or no.
Yes.
Okay, it looks like I have an officer about a mile from your location. Are there any weapons in your house?
No.
Can you stay on the phone with me?
No. See you soon. Thank you.
Every day, we take steps to keep the people we love safe. But some health risks are easy to miss. Ticks hiding in the yard can spread germs, like the ones that cause Lyme disease. Mice searching for food can spread bacteria that makes us sick. Mosquitoes lay eggs in standing water and can spread West Nile virus and more. Cockroaches are drawn to water in the home, leaving behind allergens that can trigger asthma attacks. Common pests can threaten our health. Learn how to protect your family at pestworld.org.
When I'm flying, I put my helmet on, my visor down, my mask up. You don't know who I am. Whether I'm African American, Asian American, Hispanic, white, male or female. You just know I'm an American airman kicking your butt. I'm General C.Q. Brown Jr. Come join us.
No, I don't know though. I'm scared. I mean, you're so...
Do you know that you're in my lane? No, not at all. Are you not paying attention? Are you texting? I was just checking in with my mom. I was telling her that I thought we'd be home by 6. It's okay. There's enough time. Just pay attention. I'm not even halfway through my text. There's no way. I'm not even going to look up. My babies are in the car. You have to pay attention. It's just supposed to be a quick text. I'm so sorry.
Welcome back to Shawn Sierra Sports on Sports Zone Chicago. So we had a problem with the clips. Steve-O his internet is out over. He lives up northwest, like in McHenry County and things like that. So he is kind of in the boonies. So apparently, I don't know what, but his internet was out, so we have no clips. All right, but after the top of the morning, I'll tell you the Morocco story. But let's get a crack-a-lackin', baby. You know how we do the first segment of every show is called Top of the Morning.
It won't come just when you want it.
Top of the morning to you. Top of the morning to you.
See which way do we go? First top of the morning topic. Which way do we go? Which way do we go? Which way do we go? That's interesting. It's quite interesting. It's interesting that I didn't do that. Here we go. The good guys, the White Sox, they fall to the Boston Red Sox yesterday, 8-1. Noah Schultz, he gets the loss. He's 2-6, 5 innings, 7 hits, 4 earned runs, 3 walks, 3 punch-outs. On Italian American Heritage Night at Wright Field, Sam Antonacci goes crazy. He goes 3 for 4. Junior Perez was 1 for 4. Kyle Teal added the only RBI for the White Sox yesterday. Frustrating at the rate. Next top of the morning topic tonight, the White Sox host Boston again at Wright Field. First pitch is at 6:40 p.m. You can catch that on CHSN or listen to it on their flagship station, ESPN 1000. That's 1000 AM. The probables for tonight's game. For Boston, Jake Bennett is on the bump. He's 3-3 with a 3.10 ERA. He's going up against the streak buster, the man who was snubbed for the American League All-Star team, Davis Martin, who's 9-3 with a 3.08 ERA. And you know what? On a good note, a promising note, next top of the morning topic, Munetaka Murakami, he played 5 innings yesterday out in Charlotte. He went 1 for 3 with a single in his rehab stint in Charlotte. It is possible. Well, he'll probably play again in Charlotte today. And if everything works out, it's possible for him to be back Friday, the series before the All-Star break. Me personally, I just say leave him down there. Or here's what'll happen. Here's what I would do. If he strokes one, he jacks one today, yeah, he's coming. Bring his ass up. We'll see you on Friday. I want to see him do well. I want to see that stroke back. I want to see that power back. So if Munetaka Murakami jacks one today, a no doubter, oh, bring him up. Otherwise, just leave him down there. All right. I would really hate for him to come up here and re-aggravate it, and now he's out more. Let him stay down there, play a couple innings. All right, stretch, rehab, massage it. Electronic stimulate it. Use a massage gun, the whole nine. Just do that. Don't want him. We need him for the second half of this season. So, but I'm sure. No, I'm not sure. They're the White Sox. And I know things have changed, but I still don't trust them to say that they know what they're doing. Because they have the same team doctors that the Bulls have, and we saw all the things that happened with the Bulls. Luol Deng and Derrick Rose and so many other athletes that are just. Next topic, I want to talk about the Cubs. The Cubs beat the Orioles down at B-More. 5-2. Matthew Boyd he was on the bump. He got the dub. He's 4-1 on the season. He went 6 innings, 3 hits, 2 base on balls, 7 punch outs. Alex Bregman coming out of his funk. Cub fans, I told you, he's 2 for 5 with a double, his 14th, 2 RBIs, 33rd and 34th of the year. PCA was 2 for 5, driving in his 50th RBI. Look, before the All-Star break, he's got 50. Lord have mercy. Dansby Swanson, 2 for 4 with an RBI, his 58th on the year. Told you, Cubs, don't worry, you guys are going to be all right. Staying with the Cubs, the next top of the morning, top of the Cubs are back in Baltimore for Game 2 of their 3-game set. First pitch tonight is at 5:35 p.m. Central. You can catch that game on the Marquee Network or listen to it. Damn it. Why did I do that? Oh, it's right above it. That's why. You can listen to it on their flagship station, 104.3 FM or 670 AM. The score, the probables for tonight's game for the Cubs. Colin Ray is on the bump. He's 6-5 with a 4.74 ERA going up against Dean Kramer. For the O's, he's 1-1 with a 3.18 ERA. For man, I don't know if he's in the chat or not, this is strictly for Rick Gonzalez. The Sky beat the Mercury yesterday, 77-66. I love it. Rick's like, I can always get my Sky talk. Sidney Taylor led the way for the Sky with 16 points. Natasha Cloud, 11 points. Azura Stevens, 9 points, 10 rebounds. And King Booker World, you better holler at your girl. Camila Cardoso, 9 points, 4 rebounds. Come on, girl. Come on, that is not acceptable. Not acceptable. And now they have some drama. Drama for your mama. Sky bench starting point guard Skylar Diggins. It was a basketball decision. And when they asked the head coach about it, he said, the conversation that I had with Skylar is going to stay between us. So apparently it was a basketball decision. Apparently Skylar was supposed to have just started until Courtney Vandersloot was healthy. Apparently she's healthy. But she is not. She was not performing. She's not happy. She goes on social media and writes, so I'm coming off the bench now. Cool. Big time craziness. Next top of the morning topic, the U.S. men's national team was ousted by Belgium on Monday by a score of 4-1. We're going to talk about this on the other side of the break because I was livid. I was livid at this game. Livid. Just, I was fired. I was so mad at this game. And I'm going to tell you why. I don't know. So they're out. They're hoping to advance. Unfortunately, their World Cup run is over. And then the last topic, Argentina. As much as we talked about them, Argentina and Lionel Messi came from 2 goals back to beat Egypt 3-2 and advance to the quarterfinals. Listen, they say what you want about Argentina, the country, which I did. Wow. That was one hell of a comeback. Egypt thought they had that thing done, and they could not seal the deal. Lionel Messi tied the game at 2. If you saw that shot, that thing came off his foot about 100 miles an hour easily. And I'll tell you what, it was so hard that the goalie got both hands on it and went between the goalies. It broke through with the goalie's hands. That's how crazy. That's how crazy that shot was. The lethal left leg of Lionel Messi strikes again. That was awesome. It was awesome. But listen, let's take one more quick break. All right. On the other side of the break, I will tell you the story. I'll tell you the story about the Morocco story when I was in Italy. It was funny. My teammates used to get mad as hell at me. But let's do that on the other side of the break. So don't go anywhere, folks. Keep it locked right here. Shawn Sierra Sports on Sports Zone Chicago.
Hey, it's your boy, the SuperBack, Shawn Sierra, and be sure to follow Sports Zone Chicago on all social media platforms, on Facebook, Instagram, and our Roku channel. You can find us at Sports Zone Chicago, and on Twitter, we are at Sports Zone Shy. Also, be sure to download our mobile app so you can take Sports Zone Chicago with you on the go.
How do you take care of your mind health?
For my mental health, I meditate in the mornings. I have my dogs. They're the best.
I just find ways that help me just relax.
Finding things that make me happy, like being close to my family.
I meditate a lot and read books.
I have hobbies outside of the game. I'm able to switch off. I'm able to turn my brain off from the game of basketball.
Your mind health matters.
Your mind health matters.
It's a romance sport. What? It's a romance sport like that.
Your Marine Corps' way of life is to defend the American way of life. Every day, no matter where we serve, we take a stand for our nation, for each other, for us all. The few, the proud, the Marines.
Everybody in a work zone is someone somebody.
This is my mom. She works for KDOT.
This is my dad.
This is my mom.
This is my daddy.
This is my sister.
This is my daddy.
This is my son, Scott. He was killed while working in a highway work zone. When you drive through a work zone, drive like a life depends on it. Because it does.
Welcome back to Shawn Sierra Sports on Sports Zone Chicago. So the story, the Moroccan story. So what was interesting, King Book World, you'll like it because, again, I told you I love history. I love history. So, like I said, I took AP history in high school, got some college credit for it after I took the AP test, Mr. Bamberger. Anyway, so when I played in Italy, so I went back in 94. I started in 93 for the playoffs. They didn't really know me, but they signed me for 94. So I go back. So in 1994, we were practicing and everything, and we started to develop a rapport. One of the guys, Lele was the guy's name, our tight end, owned a bar. And so we would hang out a lot of times at his bar, which was pretty dope. And, we got to become friends. And if you've never been in a football locker group, they're a lot like we're just ball busting all the time. All right. Once we got very comfortable with each other, because a lot of them spoke English. Many of them spoke English. Not great English, but they English. Like we could have a conversation. We weren't having a political conversation or anything like that, or anything deep in depth, but they had surface level we could talk. And they asked me what nationality I was. And I told them Mexican and black and Mexican, whichever you want. And so they started teasing me. They're like, "Oh, you're a half-breed. Ha, 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 you're a half-breed. Ha, 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 you're a half-breed." And I was like, what's wrong with being a half-breed? I don't understand. Like, you're a half-breed. You're not even full black. You're not full Mexican. Ha, 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 ha. I'm like, you guys aren't even full Italian. And they're like, "Oh, we're 100% Italian." They started pounding their chest. You know how they get pride in their nationality. And I said, "You're not even full." I said, "Look at you." And one of my buddies was a wide receiver named Alessandro Aldrubani. I'm like, "Look at you guys." I said, "Look at Alex. He's got blonde hair, blue eyes." I said, "The Germans came and got your women up north." I said, "And look at I can't remember the defensive tackle's name. Big 6'4" guy, but he was from Southern Italy." And I was like, "The Germans got your women on the north." I said, "And the Moors," I said, "the people from Morocco, the Moraquinos, they call them, the Moraquinos." I said, "The Moraquinos got your women in the south." I said, "Look at his hair. His hair is nappier than mine." And they were pissed. They were pissed. I'm like, "The Moraquinos got your women in the south." I said, "Stop it. You're not even 100% Italian." And oh my God, they did not mess with me ever again when it came to that. They called me out. It was literally for like 2 days they did it. And that second day I was like, "All right, that's enough." That's enough. I was like, "You can't even protect your own country. Germans on the north, the Africans on the south. Don't call me a half-breed." But that's how it is in alpha locker rooms. You got to stand up, and when people attack you, you got to attack back. And I mean, of course, we were joking around. They were messing around, but I had to let them know, "Hey, homies, my Italiani homies, my fratelli, my brothers, I'm not the one to mess with." But anyway, I want to talk about this U.S. score. All right, U.S. loses to Belgium 4-1 on Monday. And let me tell you something. I was very, very upset. Again, I don't know soccer. Never played soccer. organized soccer, that is. Never trained for it, never studied it, nothing. But I can tell you about competition. I can tell you about competition. I can tell you about athletes. I played football for 30 years. I coached for damn near 20. I can tell you about athletes, and I can tell you when shit ain't right. And shit wasn't right with the United States team. This team, for as talented as they are, and they're not the most talented team, but there's talent, the moment was way too big for them. They were not ready. They were a deer in headlights. The mistakes that they made were AYSO mistakes. For those of you who don't know, that's like the American Youth Soccer Organization. It's 6, 8, 10-year-old kids would make. A lot of the things they did, they were just overmatched, outclassed, overwhelmed. And they had no fight in them. And that was the thing that bothered me. I can accept losing. I can't accept not competing. That's my biggest issue. It seemed like they were scared. Scary asses. Seemed like they were scared. And man, that rubbed me the wrong way. Again, I could take a loss. I could take an ass whooping. If a team's much better than me, cool. But I'm going to compete. I'm going out fighting. The amount of shots they took was insane. Or the lack of shots they took on goal was insane. And I don't know if you saw their coach when they gave up the second goal. We just tied it. And they came back. Oh, there was the third goal. And we came back. They came back in a minute and 1 sec, 61 seconds later, and scored. Unreal. But the one where the goalie comes out way too far. Even I was like, is he a little far away from the net? Because if they steal it, they just boop. Then he goes to kick it and kicks the ground. What the hell was that? He kicks the ground, doesn't even hit the ball. He kicks the ground and then kind of flicks it. Oh, shit, I kicked the ground. Picks up his foot and it kind of flicks it ahead right at a Belgium dude. The Belgian dude dribbles a little bit and just puts it in the back of the net because the goalie was so far out. Their coach kicks over the water bottle containers. The case of water bottles, kicks that over. He's mad. And they had a look of deer in headlights throughout most of that match. When Belgium scored 61 seconds later, I'm like, shit, I thought it was done. I'm like, dude, they can't. I said they're done. It took US so long. It took them such an ordeal to score, and Belgium comes back in 61 seconds and says, boop, nope, you're back down one. I don't know where they get these guys. We had no heart. We had no grit. We had no dog in us. And then you watch the Argentinian team, and they're the defending World Cup champions. And they showed you why. They had a desire. Now, mind you, they slacked off early and gave Egypt a 2-0 lead. But when they decided to put pressure on, they put pressure on. And Egypt had no answer for it. And we have some of the best athletes in the world. So is it the coaching? Or is it the best athletes that we can get for soccer players? aren't our best athletes. I think it's the latter. I don't think kids want to play soccer, and now it's expensive. Let's keep it a buck. I know it's a very cheap sport. You don't even need a net. You don't need you see a lot of the Mexicans at the park. They'll take a garbage can, 2 garbage cans, and make a net. Hell, they'll take 2 sweatshirts and throw it on the ground as the goal. So it's not an expensive sport per se to play, but organized soccer is expensive because you have the travel leagues, and now you got to pay $1,500, $2,000, $2,500, $3,000 for travel soccer, where you get better. With the travel soccer, you get better coaches. You play better teams. But my question is, are we getting the good enough athletes to play soccer? Are we getting the first-tier athletes, or are we getting the second-tier athletes? And to me, it seems like we're getting the second and maybe the third-tier athletes. It might be the bottom of the second and third-tier athletes, because you got basketball, you got baseball, you got football, American football. And no one wants to play soccer because can you afford it? Can you get the phenomenal athletes to afford it? Look at football, inner city kids. Although football is a sport that costs me, you got to buy cleats at the lower level. You got to buy cleats. Usually you get pads from the organization, the team you play for, so you're good. But just cleats, so it's not much, and you get fees and everything. But basketball, that's it. And you can get out there and play basketball every day if you want. You can throw a football around every day if you want. Baseball is that's an expensive sport now too. Not a lot of black kids are playing that because they're playing other sports. It's expensive. Travel baseball. Believe me, I know. My cousin just got her 2 sons. One just got married. One just started the Illinois State Trooper. He just started working for the State Troopers. Graduated a couple months ago. I was working in this, on the expressways. But I remember they were both in travel ball. And it took them all over the country. It's not cheap. That's not cheap. $2,000, $2,500, 3 stacks. Per kid. And there's a point where they're both in travel ball. Man. So, what does the U.S. do? Because you see the glitz, you see the glory, the glamour of basketball players and their swag and their chains and their big contracts. If you want to play that. NFL, you can get there. You see the big contracts. You see it. They want to do that. Baseball, if you could afford it. Like, man, I could play 6, 8, 10, 12, 15 years. Be a utility guy. Grab $3 million a year for my 13th, 14th, and 15th year. Play 50 games. A third of the games literally just be dressed and get $3 million. I'm playing baseball. Nobody wants to play soccer. What do we do to get better athletes playing soccer? I don't know. Because the allure of football is tantalizing. The fact that you can run people over, physically outduel people, physically dominate people it's tantalizing. You want you get boys, you want to be more man, more macho than the next kid. Basketball, same thing. Now you dunk on a kid, now you're like, in his face. When before it wasn't allowed, now it's allowed. You know what I mean? Crooked Commiss just checking in. What's up, Papa? How are you? Thank you for tuning in. King Book of World, yeah, says anyone is in the queue for the training camp tickets. Yeah, the training camp tickets. And that's the thing that's crazy. Like, people, they get in line in the queue, they get tickets. If they don't go, one, they don't use them, or two, they sell them. Like, come on, bro. These are free tickets. And you're selling them? Mother Hubbards. So I don't know what we're going to do with these, with our soccer kit, with our U.S. men's national team. It costs a lot of money. And I'm not saying that the athletes we have aren't good. I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying we have better athletes out there that I would love to see play soccer. I hate losing. I want us to win everything. I want us to win the World Cup. But there's no way we're going to win when, one, we have inferior players that aren't as talented, and two, coaches that are, although we did get a good coach here. The coach we have now is good. But he can only work with what he has. You know, he only works with what he has. And that's, you can't make chicken salad out of chicken shit. I'm not saying that our talent is chicken shit. I'm just saying that our talent isn't on par with other countries around the world. You know, it's frustrating because we have that's the thing. We have the best athletes in the world here. We have them. But they're not playing soccer. And it's frustrating to get these little countries advancing further than we are. You know what I mean? And it bothers me because maybe it's the arrogance, maybe it's the American arrogance that a lot of people talk about. And it very well could be true. But damn it, I want to win. Damn it, I want to compete every single 4 years. Every time the World Cup is up, I want Americans to be in the quarters to semis. I don't want it to be, oh my God, Americans are in the quarterfinals. Can you? Unbelievable. No, I want that shit to be normal. I want that to be expected. I want it to be like, oh, what an upset if they don't get there. So what can we do? I don't know. You have academies. You have a whole bunch of things, but you got to get the kids in there. You got to get the athletic kids in there. Go in the hood. Get a lot of these youngsters and get them playing soccer early. You need scholarships. Because if you want good coaches, you got to pay them. Because they don't play soccer like in a lot of these countries. They play soccer for fun, like the way we play street football growing up, the way we played basketball in the alley, the way we played basketball at the park with our friends on a daily. That's how they play soccer. So your talents are going to get better. They're going to improve leaps and bounds over American kids who have other options. Crooked Commish says, I hear you, Shawn. I want to win it all. Win it year in and year out. I'm saying. I'm saying. Damn those Americans. Junior says, my family and friends in Mexico are rooting for Argentina to lose. Okay. I don't know if I want them to win. I told you, I don't know. I like Messi. I think I like Ronaldo better. I like Ronaldo better, and this is silly. It's really weird and silly, but he's more GQ. I know. Like you see him on Fifth Avenue, you can see him walking down the runway, you can see him. Like when he's dressed up, he's a good-looking dude. You can tell he's a star. Dated some of the most beautiful women in the world, had him on his arm, in his younger days before he got married. And Messi's not aesthetically, he's a little shorter, not streamlined. He's not fat at all, but he's just a little stockier. I don't know, just aesthetically. I just like Cristiano Ronaldo. I know that's petty as hell. Sorry. I'm sorry. King Booker Will said, used to be a field on First Avenue in Melrose Park where groups of guys would play soccer every Sunday. Really? Was it black guys or Mexican guys? Because Melrose Park got a lot of Mexicans up there. There would be about 40 or 50 guys out there. A lot of Hispanic, a lot of Mexican guys up there because that's a big Mexican population over that way. We used to play a team called the Leiden Lions, and they played in Melrose Park at Serpico Field. You know where that's at, King Booker World? If you're in Melrose Park, you know where Serpico Field is on 25th Avenue, right off of Lake Street. And there'd be driving in that area, there are tons and tons of Mexican restaurants. So what does that tell you? A lot of Mexicans in the area. So was it a lot of Hispanics, or was it black guys and white guys as well? Well, there's Polish in that area too. You can get, it's not too far from a Polish area, so I would imagine. What was the demographic breakdown of the guys who used to go out there, King Booker World? Let me know. Let me know in the chat. Man, I want us US to do well. And everything. Everything. And since we're not, it's frustrating. But I'll be damned if in the next World Cup that we look like a deer in headlights when we play a team like Belgium. Now, granted, Belgium is a step up from the teams we play. I don't give a damn. I don't care. I don't care if you're playing Argentina. I don't care if you're playing Spain. I don't care if you're playing Britain. You fight. They put their shorts on just like you, one leg at a time. Or maybe they stand and put them on at both at the same time. I don't know. Pull them up. But the fact that we look scared and outmatched and overwhelmed by the moment, that didn't sit well with me. That did not sit well with me. And there's got to be a change in culture. There's got to be a change in attitude. There has to be moving forward. I don't want this U.S. men's national team, Team USA, to look like that ever again. King Booker said tickets are gone. Oh, dude, that's crazy. That's nuts. 10 minutes, 15 minutes, they're gone. I'll tell you why. King Booker Will says, why is it so effing hard to get tickets? Because they only have a limited amount of tickets that they give out. Have you ever been to Hallis Hall? King Booker World, let me know if you've been to Hallis Hall and been there before. Just give me a quick yes or no. Have you been to Hallis Hall before, training camp? Okay, you have been. So you understand, have you been, where you at? Did you go to Bourbonnais? Did you go to training camp when they were in Bourbonnais? Oh, I said thanks to Shorty. Shorty gave you tickets? Cool. Did you ever go to Bourbonnais? Type that. Let me know if you're in Bourbonnais. No, never got a chance to. Okay, so Bourbonnais was in a college, Olivet Nazarene College. Okay, and they had 3 practice fields. And they had the main field, or the stadium that they would practice sometimes at, the actual stadium that the college played on. And there was just open land. It was in a neighborhood, but still, you had the 3 fields. College, if you know, we're not in the city, so colleges have especially downstate, and colleges have land. So there were so many more people that were able to get tickets, that they allowed to have tickets because there was more room. Here, man, they don't have a lot of room at all. As you saw, you said you've been to Hallis Hall. And that's I hated the fact that they moved from Bourbonnais to Hallis Hall. I hated it. But I get it. Okay, Bourbonnais, Olivet Nazarene wasn't living up to some of the things, to their end of the deal. Some of the things that they had promised or said that they would have the Bears, they weren't living up to it. And every year it kept getting worse and worse. According to a buddy of mine who used to work for the Bears. And I'm like, man, dude, but it was great. Bourbonnais was great. One, because I'm not too far from I-57. I'm right on 57, hop on 57, I'm down there in literally 20 minutes. Where other people it's a lot longer for other people. But it seemed like a training camp. Like you're sequestered. They stayed in the dorms. They had, you know what I mean? People brought their favorite blankie and their pillows and their TVs and their big screens and whatever for the room. And they're in literally camp mode. Like the code, they had them all right there. You know, you get ornery. Like I loved it. Like when we went up for camp. You know, we were the only people on campus. We had stayed in our dorm. Well, they put us in a dorm, one dorm. And then when the kids came, then we were able to go back to we moved to our regular dorms. But that's why it's so hard. And then now the Bears are good. When you limit the supply, the demand goes through the roof. So that sucks, man. That really, really sucks. I'm going to see if I can get tickets from some people that I know. Kimberg was, I felt like I was one of a few that actually paid attention to what was happening last year at camp. And you might have been. You might have been. But, you know, when people are I get it. A lot of people go just to say they went, oh, I was there. Haha, you weren't. They don't actually go to watch the battles. They just want to go because it's an event. It's something you can post on social media. Say you were at Bears training camp. It's something you can post on Instagram and Snapchat and let everybody know that you're cool. Yes, it's like Wrigley Field. You said it seems more like a social gathering at lunch at Portillo's. Yes, it's like Wrigley Field. You don't go to watch the game. You go to drink and socialize and say, oh, I'm at Wrigley Field. I took the day off for the day game. Sorry, no, I'm not sorry, Cubs. But yeah, that's what it was. And people don't pay attention. They're talking, they're yelling, they're loud, and once there's a ooh or ah, like, oh, what happened? Everyone looks, what happened? What happened? Well, if you're paying attention, fool, you'd see. So interesting how this is going to play out, especially for me this year, dealing with tickets. I'm seeing again. I'm trying to get credentialed. I won't be able to be there every day, but a couple of days a week will be, so we'll see. We will see. Cubbies, Cub fans, you guys are doing well. You guys are doing well. Remember when you're all on the same bridge, ready to jump off? And I was like, dude, relax. They're not hitting. They suck. Kill everybody. I'm like, dude, relax. Relax. You're 7-3 in your last 10 games. All right. Unfortunately, Milwaukee's 6-4. All right, you're 6 games back. Worry about the wild card. Just continue to keep winning. Book what's that? I'll just show it to where you have to board the bus and persuade some folks out of their tickets. Hey, just FYI, you're in a nice North Shore suburb, so just watch yourself. Just watch yourself. And they know that a lot of people from the city are coming. Yeah. Just be careful when you do that at King Booker World. Yeah, I hear you. But I am excited. We were Emilio and I were talking yesterday at the game about training camp. Like, we're excited. We're excited. He was a little more apprehensive and cautious, which I understand. He said, I've been hurt by this team before. I said, I get it. I said, I've been hurt as many times as you have. I said, but I said, things are different. I said, Ben Johnson runs this organization different. Ben Johnson demands the most from his team. He is tough on his players, demanding of excellence from his players. We haven't had that from coaches all the time. We've had coaches who talked about it, but they faked the funk. The coaches we had before, a lot of time would fake the funk on accountability, pushing the players, demanding the most from them. No. Ben Johnson demands the most from these players. Demands it. And if you're not up to snuff, if you're not living up to what he expects, you're sitting. And that's what has me excited, is that people compete now. People want to compete. People want to come to Chicago now. What the hell was that? I don't ever remember that ever. Only reason people came was they gave him the biggest contract. Okay, well, I'll go to Chicago for a year or two, collect some money. But now you're getting guys who want to come and play here. You're getting guys who want to be part of this organization because of what Ben Johnson has done. The Ben Johnson effect, as we well know. Cricket Commish says, I think the thing that players respect the most is that Ben is up front with them. There's no surprises if they hit the bench. And you know what? And that's all you want. That's all you want. You want two things. You want it fair, and you want to be treated fairly, and you want to be talked to honestly. Period. Treat me fair and keep it a buck with me. Keep it a buck with me. As alpha men, we want to be told up front. We can handle it. You can't handle the truth. Well, now some of them can't. Like, oh, I'm better now. No, everybody in my whole football career said I was the greatest. Why are you benching me? That's the athletes nowadays. But for the most part, football players want to be told up front, you're not getting it done. We're giving another guy a try. For how long? I don't know. Be ready if this guy gets hurt. Looking at you, Ayuk. He told me I was the best ever my whole life. And players love that. Players love the fact that he demands from them, but also that he has fun with them. And that's why I've been so fortunate to have in my football playing career. Because I get it. I believe you me, there are guys who have not been as fortunate. From my grammar school coaches, Coach Quinn and Coach Scheller, God rest their souls. God rest their souls. Those are two great men that raised a lot of boys. Made us tough. You know, they were hard as nails. Coach Quinn was hard as nails. Coach Scheller, if you're on his offensive line and you're screwing up, man, he literally put a foot to your ass. That was back in the day when you could put a foot to your ass to kids. Coach Quinn would grab you by the face mask. We ran this thing 4 times and you keep screwing up. Stop it. Now we're in grammar school. We're in grammar school. Tough as nails with us. But then we'd have a hot dog party. We'd watch film at his house. We used to watch film in grammar school. 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, we watched film. Go to over to his house in his basement. They had the old reels. Put the reels on. Mr. Kilmartin would film it. Put the reels on. We watched it in the basement. He'd kind of go over things. We'd have hot dogs. So as tough as he was on us, he still showed us he cared. And that's why people love Ben Johnson. Because people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And with the Bears players, they found out quickly how much he cares about them and about them being successful and winning. If you have a coach who cares about you personally and about the team collectively, that's a great combo. You're a fortunate player if you have a coach like that. You're a fortunate player, and I've been very fortunate to have a lot of my coaches, Coach Quinn and Coach Scheller. God rest their souls. Coach Angston is a freshman. God rest his soul. Varsity I didn't get that with Coach Burnett. I didn't. Until I started being a star, but whatever. But in college, Coach Duffner, God, he's awesome. I think I heard that guy swear in the 3 years that I played for him. I think I heard him swear like 2 times, maybe 3. Never swore. Got you fired up. Cared about you individually and the success of the team, obviously. And that's what we're seeing here with the Bears. because this guy is not only successful, but cares. And that's why I am excited about this team, because this is a formula that I've seen so often, either in my playing days or my coaching days. I've seen it I've seen this formula. I've seen the way that players respond to a coach, the way he can demand the most out of them. And no one will give a damn if he says run through a wall. So, okay, with or without a helmet. And that's what's happening here. The Ben Johnson effect is real. Patty, yes, somebody smart one said coaching matters. Coaching matters. And I don't know about you, but I'm looking for the same number of wins this year as we had last year, if not more. Hey, Hilaire, FGB. I'm looking for the same number. You know, we're going to need people like Rome to step up. We're going to need Rome to take a step forward in being a true number one receiver. Because I truly feel that Luther Burden is ready to become a number one receiver. My man checking in, Rick Gonzalez. Hashtag smoking weed matters. FGB. Hola, fool. Rick, you got to go back and check it out. You missed all the Chicago Sky Talk I had just for you. Just for you, Rick. But that's what we're dealing with. We're dealing with a coach that we can trust. We're dealing with a coach that people respect and want to play for. We haven't had that in a while. But not just that, we're dealing with a coach who can, because he has, developed quarterbacks. We have an extremely talented quarterback who needs developing. And we saw what happened last year as the season progressed. You know, people talk about, his first presser this year where he's talking about, I feel like I'm not swimming, I'm not drowning in anything. Well, yeah, you're learning a brand new offense, a complicated offense, your third offense in 3 years. You have some sense of stability. You have some sense of familiarity. I'm telling you, that makes the world of difference. When you come in and you know the play, you know the playbook, at least the basics, now you can add on. Now you can do other stuff from the baseline that you have. And we said it was going to take time. And a lot of it really wasn't the offense. It was Caleb doing the things that Caleb can do. Extending the play. Off-platform plays. Off-structure plays. "31st is when I believe the practice starts. It's a public practice." Rick was asking what day does camp start. Some folks took what he said and ran with that, saying he was too slow to learn. Yeah. It's Kids Day Family Fest. I don't know. We'll see. Good question. I don't know. Good question. Saturday, August 1st. Yeah, I see. It's public practice, Kids Day. I don't know. I have to find out. I have to get that in, find that information out and get back to you. Let's see. The Bears should have it in there. So here's what the Bears, you know what? Let me see. The Bears come out with the dates, or was it the NFL? Oh, I left it over there. Son of a biscuit. Son of a biscuit. Let's see, schedule. No, they don't have that right here. Son of a biscuit. I have to get back to you and let you know. I'll find out and I'll let you know. Yeah, I'll let you know. Let me. You know what? It doesn't say that in their practice schedule, Rick. It doesn't say that. So here are the open practice dates. Friday the 31st, it starts. Saturday, Kids Day. August 4th, August 5th, August 6th, the 8th, the 9th, the 13th, August 18th, August 25th. It doesn't say anything about Soldier Field. Yeah, it doesn't say anything about Soldier Field. Why do they do that? Jesus Christ. See, you get a good thing and you screw it up. That's the problem. That's why everyone has PTSD. They get a good thing and they screw it up. Why the hell would you not have Family Day at Soldier Field again? Are there too many damn concerts going on that they can't do it? Is that it? Because you can sell 30, 40,000 tickets easy. It's a price them at $5, $10. People will buy them. This organization is something else. I would think, I know they can't be that stupid. There has to be a reason, Rick. There has to be. There's got to be a reason. There has to be concerts or something. You know what I mean? Let's see. Soldier Field concerts in 2026. Okay. So Carol G is the 24th. It's Friday. Foo Fighters. The Foo Fighters August 7th and 8th, Friday and Saturday. All right, so you couldn't really. So you wouldn't be able to have it ready by the 9th. What about the following week? Well, then Usher and Chris Brown, August 21st. That's 2 weeks. You can do that. On the 16th. And then Kanye West, September 4th. BTS, August 27th. Yeah, no fan. It doesn't look like there's a family fest, bro. And I don't get it. I don't get it. Bears doing Bears things. You have a lot of people who really enjoy it. And here's the crazy part. I don't know if they understand, because they should. You're recruiting. All right, you're bringing people down to Soldier Field who may have never been to Soldier Field. You're bringing people, you're enticing them like, look, here's a practice. Look how loud and wild and rowdy it gets here for a practice. Imagine a game. So you're recruiting. You're getting people say, you know what, maybe I'll go to a preseason game. If I can get some preseason tickets. I know a lot of people want to sell the preseason games. They don't really care, whatever. Tickets are cheaper, which is not the case, but they believe it's cheaper. You get guys who may buy some preseason tickets. And then you have people who have gone to preseason games and, you know what, let me go to a regular season game because the preseason game was such a good time. This is the gateway drug. Family Fest is the gateway drug for the Bears to get new season ticket holders, new repeated attendees to their games. And you don't have it. It's the gateway drug. You get them in, you get them hooked. You get the kids, and the kids are the ones you want. And the fathers are just like the kids. They get the atmosphere. They get the there's an energy there. There's an energy at a game. You get there, the kids are fired up. The kids are screaming and yelling. They got their face painted. They got a little toy they got for free. You have a little emotion. Have an emotional buy. You buy a jersey. You buy a kids thing, something for your kids. They want to go, or you and your significant other have a good time. It's the gateway drug to getting people to go to preseason and regular season games. Oh, Rick, I think they'd have more than 15,000. Because everyone's fired up about Caleb's second year with Ben Johnson. I'd say minimum 20. Probably get 40. I'd say you can get 40,000 people. If you sold the tickets for $10, 40,000 people. You sold those tickets for $10. Yeah. They really, really don't, Rick. Bears have no clue how to make money at FGB. They really, really don't. They think that because of the Bears, money's going to be made for them, and that's how it's been for the most part. But for them to be creative and make more money, they don't know how to do it. They don't know how to do it. As evidenced by them not going after the 78 right there on Roosevelt. Remember, we talked about that. You'd have bought that land there where the soccer stadium's going, and then bought the rail yard across the river as your parking lot. That parking lot goes for that rail yard goes for what? Half a mile, 3/4 of a mile? You know how many cars you can get in there? And then just have you build over the river. You have walkways over the river going right into your new domed stadium. They are clueless. Clueless. Rick says, I still think there's no way they're going to Hammond FGB. I don't think so either. The soil, it will not be suitable enough to build on. And again, Illinois politicians know this. So they're like, okay, good. I was sitting down with a senator. That's how I roll. Who will remain nameless. Actually, he wants to come on the show. And he was saying how many times in this process, they were just confused by the Bears. That they knew that they didn't know what they wanted. Some people say Kevin Warren's the problem. But I push back saying Kevin Warren got thrown into a mess because they bought the land before he got here. And the tax rate wasn't negotiated at that particular point. And he's trying to undo it, and he's starting off behind the 8 ball. But I digress. Yeah, I don't think so either, Rick. Mr. Southside himself says this whole thing will drag out between the Bears and Illinois politicians. It damn sure will. Because the Bears didn't, if they didn't realize it now, before, they realize it now. They don't care that you're the Bears. They don't. You walking around throwing your swag, throwing your name around, we're the Bears, we should get this. That doesn't work in politics. That doesn't work. What can you do for me and my constituents is what works for politics. Cornelius said Bears aren't going to Indiana because Indiana residents hate increased taxes as much as Illinois residents. Yeah, their taxes are going to increase big time too. So, with all that business stuff aside, I am super excited. I can't wait for the 31st. And there's so we went, there was a spot. I remember I was reading an article yesterday. There's a spot in the city, south side of the city. Chicago Works is the name of it. It's like off 87th and the lake. That area was proposed. It's 300 acres. Where did I see that? Did I save it? And they have more than enough land to have the stadium, to have their little museum, to have bars and restaurants. The whole it's there, but it's on the south side. It's like 87th and the lake. There's an old steel mill. Man, I can't. Oh, I was looking at it the other day and like, dude, that's wild. That's wild. That's crazy. But they didn't want, for whatever reason, they didn't want to do that. I don't know. So, but anyway, listen, it's going to be fun. The Sox are doing well. We're still in first place. Cleveland lost yesterday 3-1 in Minnesota. Thank you, Twinkies. So we're still a game up in the division. We have the Cubs who just took first game of a 3-game set from Baltimore. You're in second place. So we have good baseball to tide us over until the Bears, which is only 13 days away. I'm sorry, 13 is 21. 23 days away, so 3 weeks. A little over 3 weeks, and it's on. It's on like Donkey Kong, baby, and we're going to be fired up. So we can continue to talk about our baseball teams, continue to talk about World Cup. We'll have some NBA Summer League action from the Bulls because, according to Caleb Wilson, they're flying out today. So we'll get to see them in action. We got them to talk about. Mashawn, me and Emilio were talking about this yesterday. I'm thinking no major move by the Sox at the trade deadline. I agree. Our birthdays are coming up, 55 and 59. For me and Junior, we have the same. Our birthday's the same date, July 25th. So listen, 2 hours is coming and going. I want to thank you guys. Man, what a phenomenal show this was. Again, the interaction is what I love with you guys. The back and forth, the questions, the comments. All right. And the show takes a life of its own because I have an outline of where the show is going to go, but I let you guys take it there or take it the route you want to go. And if it deviates from where the way I wanted it to go, but it's good conversation, then we'll stick with it. And usually it's good conversation. Usually. So again, I thank you for the love and the support you guys give me all the time. Yeah. And just FYI, we had to cancel. I know this is gonna suck. This hurt my soul. We had to cancel the boat party. Yeah, we had to cancel it. I am not happy about it. Well, put it this way. Things came up that actually take precedence over that, and that required my attention more than partying with my friends. So hopefully next year it'll be a little different situation, and the party be different. We'll have it again. We'll have it again, and this time we'll be able to hold it. So I'm heartbroken, but it's what I had to do. So yeah, it sucks. So people who bought their tickets are getting their money back. Yeah. Crazy. But anyway, listen, you guys have a great day. It's going to be awesome today. It's going to be a high of about 85 degrees, or 84 in the city. It's warmer. It'll be warmer out here and further away from the lake. 55th the year of Junior. Junior was number 55 in his playing career. Petty King Black Diamond says, Shawn, let me know what you drink, bro. Give me some goose. Get loose on the goose, some Grey Goose. Grey Goose or Kettle One. Grey Goose or Kettle One, Black Diamond. Grey Goose or Kettle One. Either one I'm cool with. Yeah. Well, listen, I hope you guys have a great day. All right. Do not forget. Now is the time you want to start getting your stuff, get your stuff in order. Go to SportsZoneChicago.com. All right, get your Sports Zone Chicago hats, hoodies, your T-shirts, Bears Victory Monday T-shirts, your Cigar Fanatic T-shirts. All right, get your FGB T-shirts and baseball hats. Get your Good, Better, Best T-shirts, Good, Better, Best hoodies. Okay, get them all. Season's coming. It's here. Get them. Because you're going to be like, oh, man, I wanted, I should have had it before. I should have had it. Don't wait. I've been telling you for months. Get it. Get it. All right, folks, I got to get out of here. The warden and I are going for a walk. All right, in this beautiful day. Let your loved ones know you love them because tomorrow is promised to no one. Remember that. Okay? You know what, Michonne? They have burpee on your birthday at CrossFit. They do the amount of whatever age you turn, everybody gets in a circle, and we do those burpees. Yeah. 55 burpees is going to be a lot. Maybe I won't even go that day. I don't know. But anyway, have a great day. It's going to be awesome. All right, the Windy City Smokeout starts this weekend, if I'm not mistaken. If you can get down there, that is one hell of an event. Yeah. Yeah, it starts, what did they say? The gates open at 11. If you've never been to the Windy City Smokeout, man, oh, man, oh, man, let me tell you. Woo, Charlie. Yeah. Get there early. And it is fun. A lot of barbecue. And let me just put it this way, a lot of Daisy Dukes and cowboy boots. Daisy Dukes and cowboy boots, baby. A lot of that going on at the Windy City Smokeout, which is in the United Center parking lot till Sunday. But I got to get out of here because I got to take a walk with the warden. I'm probably going to go work out or probably go swim today. I need to do something. Man, wait till you see some of them Phillies in the Daisy Dukes and cowboy boots. You'll be saying hee-haw for sure. But anyway, guys, I'll catch up with you on Friday. Okay? And I hope you have a great day. Remember, make plans. Lunch, breakfast, lunch, brunch, dinner, drinks, happy hour. Make memories. Because a lot of us who are watching have a lot more days behind us than we do in front of us. Let's continue to make memories and continue to live our lives to the fullest. All right? So from everyone here at Sports Zone Chicago, I'm your boy, the SuperBack, Shawn Sierra. Have a great day. But your boy is out.
Come on, race the race.